Pacino, what's going on, man? What's up, Anthony? How you doing? What's goody? What's goody, Tony? What's going on? Ashley, what's good? Stashi, what it do, Stashi? What's going on with you? I ain't synced you in a minute. Synced you. You just on that paid leave. Hey, let me borrow $2.35, man. Sean, how you doing, man? Welcome. Thank you for taking care of the account for me. No problem, Anthony. We you know we do what we do best. What it do? Texas all day, Kenneth. What's going on? Oh yeah, Stash, we definitely gotta get up, man. I can't wait till this whole thing is over here. Jarvis Battle, what it do? How you doing, man? Let's see. Well, let's see. Oh man. No, if I'm that sexy today, at least I can edge up my own head a little bit. I know a lot of folks can't get haircuts and get their hair done, so it's struggle boulevard for a lot of people. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely staying safe, staying healthy, man. Black seed oil, elderberry, fresh elderberry, taking that. Apple cider vinegar and coffee. That's all you really need. That's all you really need. And picked up a little light, my first vape pen. Um, little THC vape pen I got. But that's about it. Probably kill more diseases than a lot of these drugs do, to be honest. Let's see. They let the money gates down. Brandy Allen. Facts all day. Tony, the struggle. The struggle. Yes. Yes. And I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity to ask some questions here in a second. But I did want to go over a couple things. And I know a lot of people may have been told the wrong things. Let me tell you one thing real quick. I don't care if you're in the media and you're watching this, you understand this. The media has one job. The media has one job. Their job is to get more eyes on the subject they want to talk about. If you're in sales, if you're selling a product or service, the whole point is to get more eyes on what your product and service does. The more eyes you get on it, the more sales you get from it. And so what the media does is they do whatever they can do to get you to click a link, share a page right now on social media, share some type of information, some type of negative information, to keep people scared, running around, um, not optimistic about the future, doom and gloom, end of the world, apocalypse, everybody gonna die, uh, state of mind. We're in this whole martial law. Okay, here, message my assistant here. We're in this whole martial law, you know, time frame, and you know, uh, you really got to understand, like, this is the best. This is probably the best time right now. This is the best time for people who have been getting themselves in position This is the best time for it. This is not gonna be like the last video I made live, just so you know, okay? But you're in the best position possible. Like, people have been set up so very well, but they can't see past all the negative. All they can see is, the virus and all that. They don't see any of the positive that's happening right now. If you were the type of person who was banking on having all this wealth, and retiring this year off the stock market, for a lot of people, that's not going to happen the time frame that they thought. And that's why it's very important to have the mindset to have different things going on, different investments, diversifying things. But I'm going to get to this topic of credit, but I just want to help a lot of mindsets real quick. You are in the best position possible. I know them kids probably driving you insane right now. I know that you're thinking about, man, I'm not working, I'm not making as much money, I can't show off my spring bikini, I can't show off my muscles, I can't go out here and vacation. I know you're like, man, this is terrible. This is just the worst. Oh man, you're probably having some anxiety problems and all that. But I'm gonna let you know, financially, you couldn't be in a better place right now if you understand markets, market flow, if you understand opportunity, the time is now, type of thing. Like, all the things that's happened in the world when it comes to people making millions and billions of dollars. A lot of people right now who didn't have that access have access today, to where you could literally invest 16 cents for a share of a product, a share of a stock, like an XRP or something like that, a cryptocurrency, at 16 cents a share, and buy 1,000 shares. Like, I don't want to hear that crap. I don't have enough money. You can spend 16 cents on some shares of a stock. 16 cents a share. You should be able to buy 100 shares. You mean tell me you ain't got $16? I just could not believe that. And you could literally make money because the market right now is positioned so low, like, it's ridiculous. Like, let's get to the credit side, okay? Let's talk about the credit part. We're talking about governments giving out billions of dollars, trillions of dollars to help the economy stay going. They're giving out money to business owners, so for business credit, for getting loans for businesses. And right now, I have a lot of opportunity for people who have businesses. Right now, I can get the most money for people who are running a restaurant. You might have a slow time because your restaurant's not booming right now, but I can get you some money. I can give pharmacies money. I can give stores money. But that's based on your sales of your business and the credit. Let's talk about people who don't have a business right now. You don't have a business. I really hope you get one. If you don't have one, I have one you can have an opportunity with. But get yourself in position to make this move. If your credit is already in a good place, you've got all of these credit cards paying 0% interest right now. Like, I'm sorry, not paying. You're not paying any interest. They got all these cards right now. They've dropped interest rates on certain cards, and they're giving people credit limit increases, and they're just giving money away for people who have good credit. If your credit is good, you're going to be set up like very well. And I'm not trying to scare you with this information, but please understand that they may have this process go on for more than what they're saying. This process may go on for 18 to 24 months. This may not be a little 3, 4, 5 month thing. This may not be until the end of the school year. This could last. And the effects of how people are treated, how you treat somebody else. Like, now imagine if this whole thing is over right now and we all just happen to walk outside and see our neighbors, and we start to get in our cars and go to the same stores and go to the same places we went to, do you think that the interaction is going to be the same? Do you think that everybody's going to still be like, hey, coming out, shaking hands and all that kind of stuff? No, it's going to be a whole type. It's going to be like 50% people going to have masks on. The other half will be walking around looking at you like they don't want to touch you. Okay? So this whole process, this effect is going to last. There's going to be in a negative sense, there's going to be a lot of problems with how we treat each other, with how we live our everyday lives. It's going to totally change how we're living every day. And the effects of the financial effects of it, for those people who can't work from home, who are looking for jobs, you got to have a work from home opportunity, whether that's a business or finding a job that lets you work from home, because this process will not be short. It will not be short. It will be a long-lasting process. But those who are in position, those who are buying the stocks, those who are trading in the Forex market and making money like that, those who are investing in homes, whether you're investing in fix and flips, or you're investing to rent it out, or duplexes, or mobile homes, or you're investing in land, because a lot of places are figuring out like, yo, that's the next thing to crash besides student loan debt. Is going to be the housing market. So right now they're fussing in the political sense about all the student loans, about how they're going to help people with student loans. Well, they know, because that's about to be totally effed up. It's already effed up now. But once that bubble pops, the next bubble is going to be the housing market, because the housing market wasn't fixed in the first place. This is all an illusion, by the way. It was a Band-Aid put on a double-barrel gunshot wound. So the housing market, the value of the prices are all imaginary. They're really not there. They're not backed by anything. That value is not backed by anything. So that's going to crash. And then you're going to have people who are in position to buy up all of this property, to buy up all this land. And then you're going to have those who are just going to be complaining and mad at the world, and mad that they have no money, they have no good credit, and they're going to just complain and all that. Okay. Second thing I want to talk about is being bored. Why are you bored? I don't get it. Like, people are talking about, man, I'm bored, I have nothing to do. Like, oh Jesus. Okay. And you might not like this. You may be that person who's saying, man, this is boring, I'm bored. Yo, where are your books? Why aren't you reading things? Why aren't you on YouTube researching other things, whether that's your dream business or cultivating your skills? Maybe you're a chef, and because what's going on right now, you're not really doing well as a chef because you can't really sell food unless it's to go. Why aren't you online trying to cultivate your chef skills? Like, why aren't you practicing how to dice onions faster? Or, I mean, it could be whatever. You should have growth during this time. Why aren't you working out at home? Like, where is the growth in you? Because you got to put something inside of you to actually get that growth. So if you're not putting anything else inside, that's why you're bored. There's no way anybody watching this should be bored. It just should not happen. There's no such thing. Now, I get it. You're going to have some entertainment. I do entertainment a little bit. And you're going to watch some Netflix. You're going to watch some stuff like that. You're going to watch a show and all that kind of stuff like that. But that should not take up your whole entire day. You should be doing things to help your mindset, to help your kids, your kids' kids. If you don't even have any kids, but you're thinking about having some, you'd be doing something to set them up. If you're married to a man or a female, and that's all you got, you need to be doing something to make sure that if you die, they are taken care of. Like, what are you doing? Like, where's your life insurance policy? Why don't you sign up for a life insurance policy if you don't already have one? What are you doing to set yourself up? What are you doing to your house? Why aren't you spring cleaning? Why is your house still freaking dirty? You're talking about you want a man or a woman. Why aren't you cleaning up? Why aren't you doing something constructive with your time? You want to be a barber. Why aren't you practicing how to cut hair better? Why aren't you practicing how to braid better? Why aren't you putting together a concoction to remove hair from people's legs or something? Putting together some apple cider vinegar or something. Creating a product, getting a patent, applying for an EIN number with the irs.gov website. Anything like the numbers, the things that exist that a person can do to further themselves, their family, their education, or their time. There is just no reason why anybody watching this, live or otherwise, that you should be bored. There's no way. Okay? Back to the credit side. Let's talk about more of this credit, okay? So, let's say you got this 750. What's going on, Brendan? How you doing? Let's say you got this 750 credit score, 780 credit score, okay? Let's talk about that. Your credit score don't mean nothing. Let's talk about that for 1 second, okay? Your credit score doesn't mean anything without the power behind it. I get people who pay me for funding, credit card or loan funding. They have between a 740 and an 800 credit score, and they still cannot get a credit card that is significant. Maybe a $2,000 limit here and there with a certain company. Maybe $5,000 limit. Maybe. Very, very big pushing it. But for the most part, you're not going to get any wealth, any money, any leverage with those scores without the power behind it. So if you're watching this and you watch me for the first time, or even if you're not and you haven't heard this before, please understand your credit score doesn't mean anything without the power behind it. This is why a person can have a 600 credit score and get approved for something, and you have a 750 and they won't give you nothing, and you're trying to figure out why that is. It's because your credit profile as a whole is not set up in a way to where somebody wants to give you money. Whether that money is a vehicle, whether that money is a credit card, a loan, a house, whatever the case may be, is not just solely based on, okay, a credit score. Now you can ask any realtor this. You could have a clean, like a totally clean credit report, right? And let's say you add some authorized users to your credit report and your score goes from nothing to now being a 770. So you can actually go and find somebody, any type of mortgage loan person, and see if they're able to get you a house with just you having that 750 or 770, from those authorized users. Because you would think, okay, my middle score, all three of my scores are 770. When you're buying a house, they're going to take your middle score. Okay? So 770 is your middle score. So you think, okay, I should be able to get a good rate. I got a 770. I make $85,000 a year. I'm buying a house. It's only $205,000. I should qualify right now for about $980 a month for this property based on the rates right now, on them dropping. So I can afford that. So why can't I just get this house? So you can have all that, but because you don't have any primary lines, because you don't have anything to go by that they can see that you did, you still can't get a house. You still can't buy a house. The only thing you probably can buy, depending on the car lot, is they'll give you a car. They'll give you a used car with that type of score. But other than that, you're looking at possibly applying for 5 to 15 different credit cards and maybe getting 1 or 2 of those credit cards to be approved at $1,000 to max $5,000 with those scores, without having any power to go along with the score. Understand that the scoring model is not just, okay, let me boost my score, I get whatever I want. Okay, so I'm trying to prevent y'all from wasting your time and sending messages or calling, hey, Jay, I want to boost my score, or Instagram messages or anything like that. Hey, Jay, I want to boost my score. Well, do you have negatives? And you tell me, yes, I have negatives. There's no point in boosting your score. You're wasting your money. And I'm trying to let you know, I'm not trying to just take your money for something that I cannot provide you services for. You're not ready. You're not ready for that. Right now, you need to focus on getting some primary lines. If you don't have primary lines, I got videos on primary lines. I got a whole freaking playlist of just a trade line playlist. So if you want to watch that, you can if you don't already have some primaries. But you got to build up some primaries. If you're able to get a major credit card right now, then do that. Okay? Because we're talking about possibly being a long-term effect with this whole pandemic, right? And so even if you're starting to build your credit now, in 6 months, you can basically get whatever you want. Literally, like it's so simple how they have the credit system set up. If you got 6 months of primary history with at least 3 lines of credit, and you add some authorized users to your credit on top of that, you've already matched that FICO scoring model for having that 6 months. And man, you got the AUs to get the power to give you the history. You've got the primaries to show that you got something that's in your name. You're paying it on time. You got low utilization. You have no negatives. Now you got some power to go with your credit score. If not, you're just wasting your time. You're going to be wasting money. I see so many people who come to me after buying authorized users from other people because they're not going to educate you on this stuff. They're just going to take whatever money you got to give them. Now, I let people know, hey, we can evaluate your credit. Is my door open? Why are these lights on? We can evaluate your credit first before you get funding, but it's up to you to do that. Oh, sorry about that. It's up to you to do that. If you want to have the most power to go along with your credit, or maybe you just want to waste money. I'm trying to prevent people from wasting money. There's nothing like somebody going and buying some authorized users, or going out and buying these other what do you call those things? I'm so out of tune to them because I don't even do them. But it's when you get that other social security number. It's not social security number. It's like it's like another number that's supposed to be in place of your social. If you know what I'm talking about, comment, because right now my mind is just blank because I don't do those. So if you know what type of for those of y'all who yes, there you go. Thank you so much. CPN, man, I could not, it just was not clicking. Appreciate that. So people will go out and spend money on authorized users having all these negatives on their credit, or not having anything on their credit, then or going to get a CPN, spending $2,000, $4,000, $8,000. Man, I've seen somebody come to me talking about that they spent $15,000 on getting a CPN. It's got all this history. It's got all this and all that. Now, here's a disclaimer. Now, I'm not saying that all CPNs don't work, because I have happened to see maybe, one person tell me that they had a CPN, like as of lately, not as of 20 years ago. I'm giving crap about 20 years ago. Okay. But as of lately, they might have got some credit cards with it or something like that. But I'm not dealing with that because there's so much scrutiny. People are getting arrested for using those CPNs the wrong way. Like, people are going to prison, not even jail. They skipping jail, going straight to prison just because they bought this, $4,000, $10,000, $15,000 amount of CPNs just so they wouldn't have to use their personal credit. Okay. And y'all, I want to let you know that it doesn't matter how bad your personal credit is, it can be fixed. Everything can be fixed. There's no point in spending all of that money on a CPN for you to get shafted when you find out you can't buy ish with it, or you can barely buy ish with it. Okay. So please, if you see any CPN people on Instagram or CPN people on Facebook, just don't do it. Just stay away. I know that's some of y'all's businesses. I get it, but it ain't working. Just stop it. I'm trying to help you. Don't waste your money. You're going to be pissed off. And if you have bought a CPN and you're watching this right now and it has worked for you, please send me an email at inquiry@jdknowscredit, and I will come back and do another live in the next hour or two and show somebody that you actually have some credit cards, and I need video. Don't just send me no screenshots of somebody else's stuff. I need video of you logging in, showing me a CPN number, showing me that it attached to an actual major credit card, a major loan that you got with that CPN. Please somebody prove me wrong. If you're watching this right now and you've got that CPN and you've got real money with it, I need video proof. I don't need that talk. I need video proof. Okay? So just make that clear. If you know somebody, tag them to send me some proof. But because see here, there's so many people who are being taken advantage of on the internet and that's why the internet now with sending money to people has a bad name, is because people are just taking people's money and running off on the plug, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or they're selling hoop dreams in order to get people to sign up with their services. Like, I don't give a crap whether a person wants to spend money with me or not. I just want you to get the knowledge. I'm going to make my own money. I have 12 businesses. I'm going to make money. Okay. So this is not just a ploy to get you to join Jay Knows Credit. This is to get you to think. This is to get you to invest. This is a whole other level of a channel. This is not just a YouTube channel for credit. I'm sorry. This is another level of thinking, in which I do have another channel, and I will be getting that channel launched out. But I'm trying to get you to level up in a different area of thinking when it comes to, money, credit, generational wealth, the thinking, how the economy works, how money works, how to really, be able to maneuver through all this BS is going on. And if you watch me long enough, I always say to plan for the BS. Plan for the BS. You don't know how the BS is going to come, but you got to plan for it. Okay? And right now, people are paying the price for not planning. Not planning. And so, unless you guys answer some questions, okay? But I want everybody who's watching, if you don't mind, if you're in a position to type something, okay? I want you to give me your definition of broke. What is your definition of broke? All right? That's all I want you to write for right now before I have you ask questions. Right now, I want to know, what is your personal definition of broke? Okay? Any investing tips? Okay, investing tip number 1. Don't listen to anybody's about investments unless they have a license to do so. I will not give you investing advice only because I'm not allowed to by law to do that. And so that could be something that somebody shares this video and then they see me giving advice on a stock or something like that, and then I'm in trouble because I don't have a license to do that. Now, so, and that goes for anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. If they don't have a license, I believe it's a Series 6 license, then they shouldn't be giving you any advice when it comes to stocks. Now, when it comes to Forex, I can do that without any type of, I don't have any regulations on that where I can't tell you about Forex trading. But when it comes to the stock market, I cannot legally tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, New Start says no assets of value equals broke. That's his definition of broke. No assets of value. Anybody have any other definition of what you think broke is? And don't be afraid. It's just your opinion. Your opinion is not wrong. I'm just going to talk about all these different definitions of it, and you're going to see how it ties in. Okay. Definition of broke. Broke is a mindset, action, and knowledge prevail. I like that. I like that. Broke. Knowing information is out there to improve your situation, but too lazy to change. Man, that was, golly, man. You dropping bars right now, man. Man, bars. That's good. Mm. Dropping bars, man. Good Lord. Now I'm going to agree with whatever your definition is. Like any definition, I'm going to agree with it. I'm gonna like it. I'm sure I'm gonna like it. Whatever you think broke is. But I just want to I just want to see what people think it is, because everybody's definition is not the same. Just like with wealth is not the same for everybody. You can't tell a person what wealth is unless you know what their definition of it is. So some of y'all watch me right now, you may not give a crap about having a lot of money. Wealth for you is just having a lot of love. Knowing that people love you and having people to love, for you, that is a level of wealth. That is wealth for you. Wealth for somebody else may just be $600,000. Because if they have $600,000, that means that they can live on 10% based on their knowledge of investments. 10% of 600,000 is 60 grand a year. That's $5K a month. So 600,000 isn't millionaire status. But if you know investments and you know how it works and you just want enough to be comfortable, that's success for you. So success will be $600,000. If I get 600,000, I will be wealthy because I'll make $5K a month when I don't do nothing. And I'll take care of all of my bills and everything I got. All my stuff is paid off and I'm making $5K a month. See, everybody's definition is different for wealth, riches, or being broke. So you can't tell a person they're not rich. You can't tell a person that they are broke unless you know what their definition of broke is. Let me see. I think broke is more than terms of money, although that's the way many think. Yep. All right, I was saying that before I even read your message, Ashley. Okay. But the reason why I wanted to kind of talk about the broke thing is no matter what your definition of it is, I don't want you to be that. Whether you can see me, whether you like me or not. You may be watching me just to be hating. I don't know. Whether you like me or not, I still want you to be wealthy. And whatever definition that is, even if you speak against me, even if you talk about me behind my back, even if you stab me in the back before, even if, whatever you've done, it doesn't matter. I still want you to have whatever wealth is for you. Seeing a person suffer does nothing for me. That doesn't make me feel better about myself because somebody is suffering or somebody's doing worse than me. That doesn't help me. It actually depresses me to see people, whether they did me wrong or not. It doesn't give me any pleasure to see somebody else not winning. Like, I really want people to freaking win authentically, not on no subscribing to my channel crap. Like, I just want people to freaking win in their life, period. I can't see any other way to think than to want people to win. I don't understand the mentality of a person not wanting another person to win, like it threatens them in some way. Some people on this, you may not ever meet me in your life. Like, what good does it do for me to think negatively of you in a way where I'm causing you to second guess yourself or to make you feel bad about yourself, or speaking death to you? Like, what does that do for a person? I don't get it, but that is not me. I've never been that person. I've always been a person to speak life and want life more abundantly for people, everybody, especially my people. I'm sorry, especially my people who are of color. This is not knocking anybody who's not, but just having more of our people in positions of wealth and power, even in entertainment, it feels good. I was talking about this the other day. Like, I have a 5-year-old. How many movies can you name with a black 5-year-old lead or a 6-year-old lead in a movie? or in a TV series. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many shows or movies can you name? I want people to be successful because why? That shows my son that people that look like him can be successful in any area. I don't care what it is, whether it's TV, whether it's having a restaurant, whether it's out here selling donuts on the side of the street, whatever. It doesn't matter. I want people to freaking win who look like me, because it shows a good example to the next generation that you don't have to look a certain way to have success. So whether you have no hair, you got dreads, you got a ponytail cocked to the side, whatever, I want you to be successful, because somebody who looks like you, who's younger than you, wants to know that they can be successful. So they're looking for people to copy. And I want people to copy the thought process of looking at your neighbor who is, especially if they're of color, and look at them and speak highly of them and speak over their lives that you want them to be successful. Like, you want that person to win. And like, really think about that, and like, pray for people that you don't know and people that you do know. Pray for them. Pray that and speak life to them. That you want them to win. Even strangers. You want them to win. Because keep in mind, the universe knows, spiritual realm knows all that. It all gets reciprocated. It all comes back, man. It's all good energy. Even when talking about a job interview, it's all good energy. You want to get a job? Come on, there with some bad energy. They ain't gonna hire you. You want good energy to come to you. You want money to come to you. You want wealth to come to you. You got to start taking advantage of your own energy and start being responsible for your own energy and your own thought processes about how you do people, how you treat people. How actively are you about grinding to get to where you want to be? Are you an excuse maker? Are you just talking because it sounds good in public settings, but you're not doing? I just want you to get in that mindset. But anyway, energy is everything. I want to give everybody an opportunity of very high vibrations. But I want to give you an opportunity to ask some questions. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Any credit related questions? Any questions? Questions. What is the average speed of a sweep? Okay. I will say that depends on the credit bureau and the method of the sweep. Everybody's method is different. There are some methods that include police reports. I don't do police reports because that can come back on you. And so that's one thing I do want to touch on while we're talking about this question, is if you're doing a credit sweep, whether it's for yourself or you're getting it done by a credit repair service, let's say not J Knows Credit, I'm taking myself out of the equation, okay? Because you may not mess with me, you may not like me, just like you might like listening to me but not doing business with me, okay? And that's fine. I'm just letting you know. So let's say you're going with another company and you want them to do a credit sweep for you. This is what happens when you don't ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. Just make sure you're asking the right questions, all right? Don't think that asking questions is wrong, but there is a such thing as a dumb question, contrary to popular belief. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Whether you think they're stupid or not, still ask them, all right? One thing you should ask when you're getting anybody to do a credit sweep for you is, are they doing fake police reports? Because if they're doing a fake police report, or if they're asking you to do one, keep in mind that all that can come back on you. It could come back later It can, you can have your credit done and sweep, then start getting you some funding, and then come 4 months later, now you're getting hit up by the police about this police report that was fictitious. It could happen 6 months down the road, you know? So make sure that you're asking the right questions about, especially about that when it comes to a credit sweep. Now, I don't have a credit sweep service. I call my services credit expungements only because the bad annotation connection that people have with credit sweeps. So with credit sweeps, they think automatically police report. I don't do police reports. So I don't want to keep the same name. That's why I call mine an expungement compared to a sweep, because I don't do it the way that most people do a sweep. Okay, so about 90% of people who do credit repair, this is not an exact percentage, but it's very high, like 80 to 90%, like facts only. All right, of people, whether they're online or not, they are doing police reports. Okay, they're doing police reports. So they may have either you do one or they file one by phone on your behalf. You may not even know they did one, but they have all your personal information. You sent them the social security card, their ID, you sent them all of that. They got your address. If it's a guy, they can put in a girl voice on the phone. Hello, yes, I wanna do a police report. They can do all of that without you knowing anything. So make sure you're asking the right questions, because you can get shafted come later on and you find out that said person has already changed. They already changed businesses. You haven't heard from them or whatever, and next thing you know, you're getting a subpoena to come to court. And there are also videos and news of people who have been going to jail for that. So I don't want anything to fall back on my clients or fall back on me when it comes to the court system or anything like that, because I hate the courts. I hate all that. I understand it, but I don't want to be a part of it. I want to go to prison for nobody's freaking doing something fictitious to, get their credit situated. So that's not the move. All right. I like answering questions and not just giving you a one-worded answer. So please excuse me for the the drawn out answer, but hopefully that did answer your question. But speed for my service, I don't think I answered it for me. Speed for my service, it really depends on the bureau, but that's why we give an overall estimate date of when it should be completed. And if we don't, get with that estimation date, then of course we go into free services or refunds for the client. So that's the best way to do it. I've seen things happen in as little as 2 business days, like literally. I've seen things happen in as little as 8 days for Experian. I've seen things, in a week, 2 weeks. I've seen it take as long as 4 to 6 months. It just really depends, and it really depends on the method you're using as well. The method is going to dictate that time frame as well. And then also another factor in that is going to be the type of accounts. The accounts were accounts attached to a bankruptcy, or if the accounts were paid off by the person, but now we're trying to get off your report as not being yours, and you've already paid the collection off to zero. So anybody watching this, you got collections, do not pay any collections with your refund checks or with any government assistance checks you're about to get, or don't pay your refund. Don't pay your collections, because that will hurt you when it comes to trying to remove it. Paying your collections or charge-offs does not remove it from your credit. It just goes from being a credit with a balance to, a collection or charge account with a balance to a collection charge account without a balance. It just changes hands. It does not get you anything worthy So there's no point in paying a collection or charge off. Please don't do that. When you do that, that makes it more difficult to remove from your credit because you've already paid it. You've already sent that information. They got your address, they got everything. They know that it's you. So removing that, it is harder. Can it be done? Yes. Will it take you longer? Yes, it will. So every account, every situation, this is why testimonies are very, very important. When you see testimonies with somebody, even with me, I don't care. I show testimonies for people to see that, yes, the process can work. But even anybody's, oh man, I'm shedding some light on the industry when it comes to credit. So some of y'all may not like this because y'all might be in the industry, but this shouldn't hurt you if you're doing things the right way. Okay, this shouldn't hurt you. Okay, but anytime you're showing evidence of something working for someone, like this one client that you have, this one client got all their information removed from their credit report, and that's great. The next person doesn't have the same exact accounts, the same exact situation that that last person had. And so you think because your girlfriend Shawanda got all of her stuff removed in 2 weeks, you're going to sign up and get all your stuff removed in 2 weeks, but your accounts are totally different. Situations are totally different. And you think the process doesn't work because yours is taking longer than Shawanda's. All right. So for the industry, what credit repair people do is they show proof pictures of other people's success, and that's what, you know, shows you that, hey, the process works. Hey, give us a call so we can do the same thing for you. But in reality, you can't do the same exact thing for every person. This is why you got to be careful when people say, hey, they have 100% success rate of doing credit repair. If you hear that or you see that posted, you need to run in the opposite direction. You need to automatically think in your mind, alarm system, because that person is lying. There is no 100%. I don't care who it is. I'm not going to name drop, but I don't care who it is. There is no 100%. It does not exist. And so we want people, even in the industry of credit, we want people to see that people have results. But at the same time, this is why I don't get caught up in just showing my viewers result after result after result. I'm not trying to emotionally move you with the results because it may not be the same exact thing for you. I'm going to keep it totally 100%. But at the same time, it's not something that's negative, but it's just like being aware, like, hey, the process does work for people. The process may or may not work for you. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't do. They get caught up so much in the making money part, they forget they can make more money by being honest. And see, I've made more money than I've ever made from credit repair and the credit business because I'm honest. I tell you what the hell's going on. I tell the truth. I tell what is going to be. And, you know, I'm hoping that there are more, and there are a few, but I'm hoping that more people in the credit industry can give the credit industry a better name by being more honest, being more transparent, and understanding that that gets you more business. I promise you, that will get you more business. You know, for the guys watching right now, if you're a guy and you want to get with a chick, the best way to get with that chick is to tell her what the hell you want up front. Even if it's just sex. Hey, babe, look, you fine. You know what I'm saying? You saw me looking at you. You smiled at me. I know you feeling me in some kind of way. Look, this is what I want. I ain't looking for no relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking to hook up, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that you want to do? Do you find me attractive to do that? and keep that thing moving, bucko. Don't be sitting there telling all these things you gonna do and how you gonna do all this crazy stuff that you ain't gonna do. You know you ain't gonna do it. You're just trying to get in the panties. Just say what the world you want. I promise you, you'll get more by being honest than you will by being what they call an F ninja. I'm not gonna say that right now here on this live. I want them to block my video. But just be honest, be transparent. If you're in this industry, be upfront, be transparent, because a lot of businesses, when it comes to funding credit card payments, and a lot of y'all want to pay credit card payments, and I don't do those. The reason why is because the industry has such a negative name that credit card processors will not mess with credit repair companies because of all the back charges, and because they're not really telling the truth on some things. Then people start back charging their payments. It makes them feel like, okay, well, you got so many back charges, you're hurting us, and so we're just going to cut you off. And they cut off so many credit card companies or credit repair companies over the years. They said, look, F it, we ain't messing with no credit repair companies at all. That's what happened. And so I want to get the industry a better name, because I want to be able to provide services even better in this industry, because I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, anyway, sorry for that long rant there. Let's go into some questions. Do your past video techniques on building credit still work? I was looking through your older videos, Roderick Hayes. Yes, the building credit process still works with those videos. I have deleted any videos that don't work, and if I haven't, I'm trying to think. If I haven't, when it comes to primary videos, I know I've all of those are up there that work. I deleted the primary video that worked for a little while and then didn't because they shut down. So I deleted that one. So the only one that's actually showing right now are the ones that actually work. All right. Can I challenge all negatives at once, and does all documents need a notary? Kel Slater. Okay, so for challenging the negatives, it's a big thing, big misconception. You can challenge as many negatives as you want. You can actually go to first, second, and third pages if you want, front and back if you want. The pages can be in color or in black and white. But you can do as many as you want. You can dispute as many things as you want. There is no thing that says you only have to dispute 5 items. And that's why a lot of credit repair companies, they do that to keep you paying forever. So, you know, and you can, I'm not name dropping any companies. If you've been in credit repair, if you've done it, you've seen it. Okay. But they have where you can't do no more than 5 at a time. And so what that does is that keeps you paying. They don't keep sending that same letter in for them same 5 accounts, you know, forever. And so what it does is it keeps you paying that 100, 120, whatever they charging you per month. It keeps you paying that, and they don't give you an end date of when you're done paying. They just have you keep paying and paying and paying and paying while they only do 5 items at a time. Now imagine you got 30 negative items. Now that includes late pays, that includes collections, all that. You know, inquiries, all that. They're only gonna do 5 at a time. And so if you look at, you had 30 negative items and maybe 20 inquiries between all 3 bureaus, you got 50 items. Okay. How long can they get you to pay $100 to $150 a month? They might have you paying that for like 2-3 years. And I've seen people call me and say they've been paying these companies for 2 to 3 years, which is crazy. But to go back to your overall question, you can challenge all negatives. As far as documents go, all your documents don't have to be notarized. As far as like your ID, you got to notarize that. It's your ID. You know what I'm saying? They just need to see a clear picture of it. Clear picture of your ID, clear picture of a social security card, clear picture of a bank statement or utility bill. Keyword is clear. If you want to delay the process, then don't have clear documents. If I'm doing your credit and you didn't send me clear documents, that will delay your process, because they can't be seen and recognized. If you send it in yourself and they can't recognize it, you're going to push your process back maybe 45 more days. So make sure it is clear and readable to you before you send it off, or before you have anybody else do your stuff. Make sure it is legible. Okay. Now, for your overall document that you're sending in, on the first page, it would be, it doesn't hurt for it to be notarized on that page. But as far as the documents, you don't have to notarize those. If you have your own notary, you can actually just notarize that first page for yourself. Let's see. What's the best way to offset utilization if you can't pay down the debt? Xavier. Best way to do it, you may like it, you may not, but I'm gonna tell you, every credit card company has at least a one-time forgiveness program to where you can actually make the full payment without having the money in your account. So for example, you owe Discover $7,000. You want to wait about 2 days before that credit card reports and pay the whole $7,000, even though there's not $7,000 in your account. So go to Credit Karma or something like that. Look at when your credit card reports, the reporting date, and make sure you pay the minimum. Make sure you pay that clears. But when it comes to paying the utilization down, you can actually just make a payment like you're gonna pay it off, but make sure there's no money in the account for them to pull off of. So it can be an account that you don't use that often or whatever, but you pay the amount. It's gonna take about 3 to 5 days for them to process that. But while they're processing it, it's gonna show a zero balance on their end, and they're gonna report the zero balance to the credit bureaus. Now it's gonna come back to where it's like, oh, that payment didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to talk to them on the phone, it's like, oh, I didn't mean to put 7,500. I meant to put 750. My bad. You know what I'm saying? You can do all that, but most of them have some type of forgiveness to where it's just like that one time you paid it, they won't punish you for that necessarily because you've already made your minimum payment. That's taken care of. This may not allow you to pay with that particular bank in some instances. But the overall damage has been done on your side in a good way, because now that credit card that you had a very, very high utilization on is now paid down to zero. And that's already reported to the credit bureaus. And now you can go ahead and apply for whatever you need to apply for to get your funding. Okay. So you can do that with every credit card. I've done it myself on a credit card to see if it works, on actually 3 different credit cards to be exact. Because I didn't want to use my cash that I actually had in the account. I used a third-party account, and I wanted to get some more credit cards, but and still keep my cash. So I paid Discover. I did it with Capital One, and I did it with Navy Federal. And all 3 of them, I didn't pay any extra fees. Nothing like that. All reported zero, and that was that. But that's just a method you can use if you like. That's the best way without having to remove something from your credit report. So what about filing it with the FTC without a report? That would be ideal. You don't want to do it with a report. There's no such thing as a sweep or expungement, just how aggressive you clean up all repositories that feed the big 3 would be more legal. No FTC or police report. Correct. JB Boomin, I'm up next. I plan on learning from you. Awesome. What are the prices of the credit sweep inquiry removal? Inquiry removal across the board is $50 per inquiry. That price isn't changing. I don't care who charges what. I don't care about such and such charging $25, $35. You can go and find those people, whoever those people are. Just want to make sure that's clear before anybody asks me like, man, that's crazy. But I'm very well known to get inquiries off very, very fast. So people, you get what you pay for. And if you don't, I refund you. So I can't say that for everybody else, but that's what I do. So $50 per inquiry. You got to do 5 minimum, which will be $250. You can do 5 to see if I know what I'm talking about. And then if you like the 5 to get rid of, you can do more. Or you can do all of them. But it is $50 per inquiry. Once you go over a certain number, I will bring that price down if you have a crazy amount of inquiries. But $50 per. And that includes inquiries that hold accounts. Okay. And we're talking about gone within 60 business days or less. Most of the time it's less, but that is the quote 60 business days. Your score drops at each dispute inquiry. Clear picture ID, right? And people think the algorithm will be fair for you. Pick plus a security number and done. Okay. So because a lot of people move, and they change addresses a lot, the actual credit bureau will not mail anything to an address it doesn't recognize, and so that's why, to prevent any delays, you want to have that, you want to have that that proof of address, let me say. And the best top two to have are billing statement and utility bill. Now, can you send in letters without those things? You can. Can things be removed without those things? Some things can't. It really depends on what you're disputing and how you're disputing it. But you just can't get everything off with only Social Security card and ID. Everybody can't do that. Depending on how long you've been at your address, you might need all three. Okay? There are some instances in some cases where you only need just the ID, not even the Social Security card. You just need the last four of your social. But there's certain methods that you can use when it comes to credit repair that you will need all three, or not just two, or not just one. So it really depends on what you're doing. But you can make anything seem, right, depending on the case that it fits when it comes to repairing your credit. Let's see. How to remove inquiry that denied me the business credit card, but pull all three. There's no account number. Well, I do that. We can remove the inquiries for you on that side. That's something that we do. Or you can send in your own like inquiry removal letter and let them know that you didn't apply for it or something like that if you want to do it yourself. But we have our own method here of getting those off. Can one be a broker with you once their credit is fixed? You can be a broker with me before your credit is fixed. That's up to you if you want to wait till after, but you can be one before or after. Jay, how long should I wait to apply for Navy Amex? I just got their Go Rewards 2 months ago. Okay, good question. Actually, speaking of Navy, I just got off the phone with them probably about 2 or 3 hours ago. And I found out when I called one time, I just want to touch on that before I forget, but I called one time before and I told everybody that you can get 4 cards with Navy, because that's what they told me. But I actually was ready to apply for my 4th Navy, and I got a letter saying that they had extenuating reasons why I couldn't get approved. I'm like, what do you mean? What does that mean? It didn't say because of my limits or because, it just said extenuating circumstances. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? So I called and they told me that you could only get 3 credit cards with them personally. You cannot have 4. So I just want to correct that real quick for anybody. You can only have 3 cards with them. Their Navy flagship card, the max goes to 80,000, and their other cards, their max goes to 50,000 that they can have in total limits. So 80,000 and 50,000 is what you can have in that max when it comes to Navy. And so of course I asked them for 50,000 on my card at least. I'm like, y'all should give me 50,000. Then I just asked for a credit line increase because my other account application, of course, they ran it and somebody told me that I can get 4, not 3. And so I just had them do an increase for me today. So within the next 48 hours, see, they'll give me 50,000 on the card. But just letting you all know that before I forget. Okay, so I'm sorry, sir. I just saw your Navy Federal and just click the bell in there. How long you should wait to apply for a Navy? It's better to do about 5 months with having the card. You You can do it now if you want. I mean, it's just your inquiry to test it out. But seems to me that with Navy, it's better to wait 5 months, because what you can do is apply for a new card, get approved for that, and then once you get approved for the new card, then call back again and then get a credit line increase, or go online and get a credit line increase on your current card. So that way you get kind of more money twice. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Hold on one second. Yes, sir.
I did all my work.
You did all your work?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You want me to come help you? What you doing, eating?
No.
What you doing?
I just want you to relax with me.
You want to relax?
Yeah, with you.
Okay. You know, it's hard for Dad to relax.
Why?
Because Dad's always working. Yeah.
How about you work in my fort? How about you work in my fort?
Okay, I'll come work in your fort in a couple minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, Young King wants to hang out for a minute. Oh, man. Real talk, real talk. Y'all know the vibes. I'm reading messages here. One second. Is it the best time to dispute items on your credit with the crisis going on? Will it be staff there to receive one letters within 30 days? Roland. Okay, so I've seen this whole thing posting and floating around and like, this is the best time to repair your credit because of the staffing issues and all of that. And that could possibly be true. Possibly. But here is my devil's advocate side to that. Keep in mind, things can be changed, time frames can be changed at any moment, because when things aren't regulated by the government itself, they can always change how they do things. So right now in this crisis, they could come up with something and say, hey, we're going to give ourselves an extension of time. So instead of having 30 days, which you really never have 30 days to begin with, you really have 45 days, because the credit bureaus automatically get an additional 2 weeks, if you didn't know that, when it comes to disputing an item. So they really have 45 days already. Now, they could be doing their own extension of time frame and just let you know of communication that something's being done. So they can respond without fixing, and that gives them more time. So they can say, hey, Johnny, we are still conducting an investigation on your profile. That's them communicating with you, which gives them an extended amount of time. That time frame can change. So I would say it's a possibility, but I wouldn't say that it's dead concrete going to happen. Because just like everything else, people are getting extensions on paying their rent or paying their lights or paying their phone bill. They can get an extension on the business side of them to respond because they wanted to clean out their offices or whatever like that. They had to shut down. They could make up a story that they had to shut down because one person got the virus. So they can't process anything. And that's not going to, really do anything for us if they get some type of thing in place that says, hey, unfortunately, we can't process right now. So, I'm just saying, take that information with a grain of salt. But is it possible? Absolutely. But to be concrete, for a person to say that to be concrete, they probably just wanted some likes and hits on their picture or whatever they posted of that. But they don't know that for sure. What is the price to be a broker with you and the tools needed? There is no price. It doesn't cost any money. I have fabulous credit. Can one social security number ID one's race? Can it ID one's race for what? You talking about for a credit card application? Because a credit card application doesn't ask you for ethnicity. But no, they can't. They don't give credit based on color. Now, if you're walking into an office and you got somebody who might be racist, that the loan officer is a racist, he can just deny you because he want to deny you, I guess. But other than that, there is no thing to you just getting money normally based on your race. Is new FICO 10 a distraction because most lenders can always look back 25 months? Um, I think it's kind of a crazy timing for them to be coming out with a new FICO scoring model system at the same time that we're going through this crisis, and at the same time all these people are starting to just disappear. It's a lot of strange things going on. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist, but I just think that's very convenient. There's a lot of convenient things happening, and so I think it will change a few things with the new scoring model, but I'm not sure how drastic it will be until it's actually implemented. But one thing that's really going to hurt people, I know for a fact, are those student loans. They're going to weigh more on your credit than anything else. The student loans, there's going to be the highest effect. And because right now things are a necessity, right now folks ain't paying their student loans. They not paying that. They gonna make sure they rent paid, they mortgage paid, they car paid, everything else. They probably need to get an extension on, or say, look, that you get it when I got it, but that student loan money ain't getting paid. So they're gonna have to fix that. Something's gonna happen with that. It's gonna be a real big thing happening in the student loan area. But hopefully that answered your question here. When are you gonna make some Forex videos, Tom? Tom, I'm gonna make Forex videos on my other channel, which is also called J Knows. It's not J Knows Credit, it's just J Knows. And so yeah, I need to put that finish putting everything together for that channel and put it up there. So hopefully throughout this process, trying to balance my son and everything like that, and getting things done for other businesses as well. But as I kind of put together a schedule in these new times, I'm going to get more time to record more. That way I have the content that you want to see. But hopefully I get that Forex video out here within the next week or so on that channel, because I really want to get that up first. Actually do a little intro video and then do that video, but it'll just be just J Knows, and I will announce that here on this channel exclusively at some point, and once I have content up there for people to click on that link and go to it. But yeah, you'll see it. I'll make sure that I post it when I have it. I'll post it on my channel, on this channel, and the link to it, so you can be able to watch that information. Jay, any knowledge on PenFed credit cards, like if they are generous with credit line increases? New start. They're very generous with their first initial lines. For most clients that I prepare, I can easily get them $10,000 minimum, and get them about 2 credit cards at the same time with PenFed, so they get $20,000 out the gate. Not sure what your amount that you have right now is, but I haven't done an increase on them. I'm actually applying for some PenFeds. Once my next credit card updates, I'm going to actually get 2 PenFeds. I got them for my wife. I haven't got them for myself. Somebody get those for myself here. And we actually hadn't even asked for an increase on her account yet, so I think we need to do that. So then I'll be able to really tell you if they're generous or not with increases. But I know with their initial rates, getting 2 10K cards with them was really, really simple to do. Hey Jay, what's a list of all the services you offer besides credit? Do you offer streams of income or passive income? Yes, I do offer way to get paid by mail. I do a direct mail service that pays me $20 to $100 for everybody who gets involved in direct mailing. I also do network marketing. I do network marketing company that deals with health and nutrition. I do, of course, trading with traditional stocks and with Forex. Also drop ship. I teach drop shipping. I have a YouTube course that I teach like people how to get their first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views fast so they can monetize. I have a course on that for 197 that I sell for passive income there. I do affiliate programs. I have over 1,000 affiliate programs that I'm signed up for, but I'm only getting paid on about 9 or 10 of them on a regular basis. But so affiliate marketing. Um, Dang, what else? As far as something that you can do. Um, oh, I sell through Fiverr. I have Fiverr gigs that I sell there. You can do um, video intros and YouTube thumbnails. I sell those all services as on Fiverr. Shout outs, you can get paid from shout outs. I sell shout outs on Fiverr where I can shout somebody out for $30. I leave them on my page for 4 hours. Y'all seen them ads for people, um, but people can buy that as well, and that's something that you can do if you know how to build a channel. Um, but yeah, can't think. But I do a lot. I do a lot. But there's a lot that you can. Yes, you can make money from. That I do anyway. How about J Knows Forex? No, it's just gonna be J Knows, just because I'm gonna have a lot of information up there. I don't want to limit myself to just Forex. There's gonna be a lot of knowledge I'm gonna put out there on taxes and food and health and all types of stuff. So, what about scalping the market? I definitely scalp the market all the time. It's best to have one name, one address, no employer, correct birth date, because negatives could be verified with many variations. You don't have to put birth date. They can see the birth date usually with your documents. You don't have to write it physically on the paper if you don't want to. You can just put last four of the social on the paper if you want to, without putting the whole entire social. But yeah, those are things. I mean, I really don't have a problem with things being verified. A lot of things that people send in for verifications, they don't tell you how it was verified. So the company has to really provide how it was verified. You can't just take verified as an answer. All right, Stashi. So my boy the King is scalping the market. Oh man, I definitely do that. I definitely do that. Uh, and actually, believe it or not, that girl right there named Stashi Cox, um, she was involved in my Forex company and group. She's the one who inspired me to start doing bigger lot sizes. I was doing like very low lot sizes, and she just confidently just always was doing like $2 lot sizes, man. And it was just like, man, I gotta start doing some $2 lot sizes too. So she's the one who got me into doing like $2, and now I do anywhere between $2 and $15 lot sizes on my trades. So it's awesome. How many credit cards you got active? Just got this one in the mail. Actually, you can see it's like literally brand new. Like literally brand, like not even swiped, brand new. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Not even swiped one time. I literally just got this today. So yeah, there's another one there. Oh shoot, I got one in my pocket. I just got this one a couple days ago. One there. Let's see. I'm gonna show my card numbers here. But one there. One there. You can, I guess you can just count. One there. One there. And let's see. One here. And another one here, rose gold, that one, and one there, one there. Sorry, this might be a while. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna show the whole card number. One there. And another one there. This one definitely is get used. And one there. 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 My other USAA there. And the rest of these are all just Care Credit, Home Depot, Diamonds Direct. Yeah, stuff like that. Yep. That's about all the ones I have active. I know it's like 20, 24, somewhere around there. I don't know. I got that clear one Amex. I have 7. I got all of them Amexes. No, I don't have $1 million in credit cards. That's the goal. I got 500,000 though total, but I don't have $1 million. So, but I am working on that. Good vibes, good vibes. Do you help with personal loan financing? Absolutely. I do personal loans, credit card funding. I got some new business funding, credit card funding, equipment leasing for businesses, business credit building. I also have people who want to get, you want to get incorporated properly without paying an arm and a leg for incorporations. I do incorporations as well. All right. No, I'll say I don't have a pin fed. My wife has 2 pin feds. I'm getting pin fed here in the next couple of days. I just took some inquiries off my credit just so I can go ahead and get me 2 pin feds. I'm actually going to apply for 2 pin feds at the same time. Do you do real estate? I don't teach real estate, but yes, I do do real estate. I'm actually looking to buy some mobile homes right now. Looking for some mobile homes to get and fix up low cost and get some duplexes. Percy, hey Jay, I know you said in a previous live that you use 7,500 for the sauce. Would you break down what each individual service? Oh yeah, you can just text us, Percy, at the number. But yeah, you're getting the sauce. I'm giving all the funding, business funding, and in which I was charging 15,000 for this information last year. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh man, that's crazy. But now it's 7,500. So business funding, personal funding, for loans, credit cards, how to get the approvals, how to remove inquiries properly, how to remove accounts, all of my personal letters that I personally used, the write-ups to systems, basically how to get paid all around from it, how to take one stream and turn it into 15 streams. So it's not just credit repair. I'm showing you how to take credit repair and make 15 ways to make money from it, some passively and some not. And so that costs $7,500. Takes about 5 hours of my day, depending on how fast you catch on. And like I said, I was charging $15,000 for it last year, but I took that down to half. Yep, down to half. So that's basically what you're getting for that. Yes, I remove inquiries from cards that you currently have. Yes, James, I've done that for myself. I just did it for myself a couple days ago, 2 days ago, or a day ago. 2 days ago. Yep. Removed all my inquiries from cards that I just got 6 months ago. I just took them off, and so I can apply for some new ones. Any advice on getting that USAA credit card? Not yet. I do have some sauce possibly coming for that. I may have found the back door for that, so I'm still working on to make sure that it works before I start telling people how to do it. Okay, but thank y'all for watching. Let me get in here and get inside my fort, get inside my son's fort, because I'm sure he's waiting for me. But y'all have a great day, and J Knows Credit signing out. Y'all be good.